This story begins on a cold, foggy night. The kind where the mist clings to your skin and every sound is amplified in the silence. There was a small town, not too different from this one. In that town lived a woman named Eliza. She was known for her kindness, always helping her neighbors and taking care of the less fortunate. But Eliza had a secret, one that no one knew, until it was too late. Eliza lived on the outskirts of town, in a house that was older than anyone could remember. People said it was haunted, but Eliza never believed in such things. One night, as she was preparing for bed, Eliza heard a faint knocking on her door. It was unusual for anyone to visit so late, but thinking it might be someone in need, she opened the door. There was no one there. In the night, she shrugged it off and went back inside. But as she turned away from the door, she felt a chill run down her spine. The temperature dropped suddenly, and the once cozy house felt ominous. She heard the knocking again, louder this time, echoing through the empty halls. Eliza tried to ignore it, but it wouldn't stop. She decided to search the house, thinking it might be the wind playing tricks. As she moved from room to room, the knocking followed her. Finally, she reached the basement door. The knocking was deafening now, coming from the other side. With a shaking hand, she opened it, revealing a dark, narrow staircase leading down into the abyss. Against her better judgment, Eliza descended into the darkness. Each step the air grew colder. When she reached the bottom, the knocking stopped. Silence enveloped her, thick and oppressive. She fumbled for the light switch, but it didn't work. The only illumination came from a single, flickering candle on an old wooden table. Next to it was a dusty mirror, reflecting the faint glow. As Eliza approached the table, she noticed something strange in the mirror. A shadowy figure standing behind her, its eyes glowing with a sinister light. She spun around, but there was nothing there. Heart pounding, she turned back to the mirror. The figure was closer now, its twisted smile mocking her. It raised a bony hand and pointed at her. Eliza felt a cold hand grip her shoulder, and she screamed, but no sound came out. The last thing she saw before darkness consumed her was the figure's face, contorted in a grotesque, otherworldly grin. The next morning, Eliza's neighbors found her house empty. She had vanished without a trace. They say her spirit still haunts the old house, knocking on doors, seeking help that will never come. Leaning back, voice returning to normal. So, if you ever hear knocking in the dead of night, beware. It might just be Eliza, looking for someone to save her from the darkness